I'm Brett Sheedy. I'm a CPA and tax attorney with Strategic Tax and Accounting. Welcome to our knowledge sharing videos. In these videos, we'll cover some of our most commonly asked questions about how to reduce taxes, business law, and business consulting. In this video, we're going to look at whether or not you need a LLC for your self-employment, 1099, small business, or rental real estate business. So first, let's look at the most commonly stated benefits and purposes for using an LLC. So the most commonly stated is limited liability. It's in the name, limited liability company. But you need to be aware that the limited liability aspect of an LLC or even a corporation is really a last-ditch effort to protect your personal assets from some liability, whether it be a lawsuit, an accident, as the case may be. But for that to come into play, you've already lost, understand? So it's not going to keep you from getting sued. And if you get sued and don't have insurance that covers what you're being sued for, you've already lost essentially, because even if you win the case, you have to pay an attorney to defend you. So insurance is your first line of defense for any potential liability. It's important that no matter what you're doing, that you contact a commercial real estate agent, find someone who seems to know what they're doing and seems competent to be selling commercial liability insurance for business owners, and figure out what is the best coverage for your business. So again, insurance is your first line of defense. If you get sued and it's covered, they're going to hire the attorney and answer the initial claims. You will maybe be pulled in early if they can't either defend it or they have to litigate it. So insurance is first. Second is of course, not being negligent, because the limited liability aspect of a LLC or corporation also depends on the fact that you didn't commit the negligent act. So it's not a get out of jail free card for those who are negligent. So let's take a one-person business. Let's say you're a contractor and you work on homes. Anything you do that hurts someone in that home or damages the home, since you're the one who did it, you're going to be liable. You having an LLC or a corporation you're doing this business under is not going to stop you from being held liable. And even if it was someone else that you employed or another contractor that you had contracted to work with you, and you did that non-negligently, you're still going to be named in the lawsuit, even if you may be removed later. So remember, insurance is first line defense. Having a business entity like an LLC or a corporation is a last-ditch effort to show that you shouldn't be personally liable. Another thing that people talk about is legitimacy when opening an LLC. It tells people that you look at your activity as an established and separate business, not a hobby, or not just an individual doing something for some extra money, that this is an actual business and that you intended to be carried out that way. Privacy. So in some businesses, you're required to give out your name and a tax ID number a lot. Maybe if you're doing business with or for some kind of other business to business services, they often want to send you a 1099 for amounts they paid you. You're going to have to give out your name and your social security number a lot. By just setting up an LLC and doing business out of it, you can then give them a name and EIN so you don't have your personal name and social security and personal address floating around out there. You can use the business name and the EIN. Next is marketing. A lot of people want the common branding aspect of a domain name, a website, an email that all have the same name. So a lot of times they will go and look first at what domain names are open before they even go look and see what LLC names may be open. And they want those to be common for branding efforts in marketing. So that's a legitimate reason for wanting to open an LLC. And then the one that we're here to talk about today, since I'm a tax attorney and CPA, is tax reduction. But I often hear people come in wanting to set up the LLC and they tell me, well, I want to deduct all that extra stuff I can deduct by being an LLC or a corporation. Well, in general, 99% of things, there is no extra deductions for being a business entity. For C corporations, there's some, but C corporations are only going to be appropriate for large businesses, not for most any small business. In fact, if you're being run as a C corp still, because somebody set you up something in the 80s, and you would like to talk about how can we wind that up and change it to a pass-through, I'd be happy to talk to you about that. But for now, just remember, there's no extra deductions for opening this LLC. You can deduct what you had to spend to make the money that this business made, whether it be buying equipment, buying computers, using your car. You're still going to have all the same deductions. You may want to go see our video for record keeping and what can I deduct for small businesses, but there's no extra ones for being an LLC. The way that you lower your tax by being an LLC is only if it's a service or sales business, and it'll reduce your tax by about 10% of whatever your profit is, up to $168,600. So if you made, that's income minus expenses equals taxable profit. So the money that you're getting taxed on. If it's $25,000, you can pay $2,500 less in tax. If it's standardly each year $50,000, it's going to save you $5,000 per year in tax. So on and so forth. 100,000 will save you 10,000. So as far as how to use an S election on your LLC to save this money, that's a little bit more in depth and beyond what we can explain in a short video. So please contact our office if this is something you think may benefit you. You're in a small business or 1099 income situation, and you feel like your taxes must be too much and you must be missing something that would be a tax reduction strategy. This is one that is not understood or used by nearly enough tax preparers or CPAs who may be living in kind of a historical thought on S corporations. You can call our office and ask to speak to a tax manager or myself, and we can explain whether this can help you. So making an S election for your LLC will save you substantial money if you're in a self-employed business that's consistently profitable at these levels. One caveat, though, is it shouldn't be made for rental real estate. Rental real estate doesn't pay employment taxes anyway, so it's not going to help you. But it is if you're in real estate sales, real estate flipping, real estate management. I hope this video is helpful. If you have any questions, please contact our office again and ask to speak to a tax manager. Thank you.